Good morning, everyone. Today is Saturday, July 31st, 2021. My name is Karen Bodenschatz, and I serve as Associate Pastor at First Lutheran Church in Onalaska, Wisconsin, and this is my morning musing. So, the Gospel of John, chapter 6, verse 35 says this: "And Jesus said to them, I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never be hungry, and whoever believes in me will never be thirsty." And as usual, when reading John in particular, my first response to Jesus is a snarky response. You see, this comes after the feeding of the 5,000, and the people follow Jesus across the sea. They've eaten their fill for perhaps the first time in a really long time. And they want to know how it is that Jesus got across to the other side of the sea. And Jesus' answer doesn't actually answer their question, as is usual in the Gospel of John. But instead, Jesus admonishes them for seeking him out, because he says they sought him out because they ate their fill. Well, of course they did. And then tells them, do not work for the food that perishes, but for the food that endures for eternal life, which the Son of Man will give you. Friends, I have a confession to make. If this is the way that Jesus really talked to people while he walked this earth, I am pretty sure I would have been on the side of the Pharisees. I don't actually think he did talk this way, or maybe just a little bit, but I really am more a synoptic gospel, down to earth Jesus kind of person. Because people are hungry. There are hungry people all over our world, including in our own community. And I have to believe that there have been very few times in human history where there haven't been hungry people. So Jesus talking about not seeking the food that actually nourishes our bodies so that we can live is hard to swallow. No pun intended. Of course, as I sit with John's story and I remember the whole arc of the story and the reason why John was written, I mellow out a little bit in my response and my brain takes over again. But so many people have used these stories like this, to the detriment of themselves or others. And that breaks my heart, and I believe that breaks God's heart, because there are hungry people in the world, and we have an actual mandate from Jesus to feed them. See the Gospel of Matthew. Well, this past weekend, my brother and sister-in-law organized an event to help raise money for the Fresh Food Pantry on University of California, Irvine's campus. It was an incredible event by the accounts I've heard, and they worked really hard to make it so. It started, though, from a desire to feed people, in this case, hungry students, because they know that they're fortunate enough to not have to worry about food or where their next meal is going to come from, but they haven't been blinded to those who are not as fortunate, who are like those who followed Jesus that day, seeking a source of food so that they can live. I'm super proud to call myself sister of these two, for they inspire me all the time to do more for people. The next several weeks, a lot of the next weeks, we're going to be hearing about bread and about food and about Jesus, who is our bread spiritually. And as we do, it's my hope that we will be inspired to seek ways to feed people with real food so that they may live, and in that living may know the love of Jesus. We may not throw events like John and Andrea, but we can certainly make sure people are fed. I would also like to make sure that there's real bread for communion. So if you're interested in baking bread, please sign up. If you don't know how to sign up or how to bake bread, reply to this post or email, and I will get you signed up and get you on the road to making bread. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow at church. Until then, be well, be kind. Christ is with you.